Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about tires and take maybe what to some is a little of the mystery out of all of those numbers and letters on the side of your tire. Also, we're going to give you a couple of project updates before this episode is over, so be sure you stick around till the end. Now let's watch the show intro and get a little idea of some of the stuff we work on here, and then we'll get right into it. So I'm Mike, and this is My Car Shop.
Working out of a 100-year-old refurbished barn, bringing 35 years of experience to projects considered beyond repair. Vision, creativity, and problem solving are essential tools in this place. Watch as we transform junk into polished metal miracles. This is My Car's Shop.
First, I want to clarify that I am in no way claiming to be a tire expert, but I do know that the numbers on the side of a tire can be very confusing to people and don't necessarily understand what they mean. So we're going to break that down when your tire says P205, 75, R15, blah, 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 blah. What does all of that mean? And how can we translate that into practical things for real world understanding of just exactly what size a tire is? So let's just stop talking and get to talking, because talking. So what I want to do in today's episode is break down these letters and numbers that you see on the side of your tire so that you can better understand spatially how your tire is designed and what the numbers mean, so you can understand the size if you don't. This may be very basic and a lot of you may understand it, but I still think it's helpful to review things like this even if you do have an understanding, just to break things down. So the first letter is a number. No, it's a letter. The first letter is a P here, and this is the type of tire that it is. So P designates that it's a passenger car tire. An LT would designate that it's a light truck tire. There's another one for ST, I think it is, for standard trailer, maybe. Don't quote me on that. But those are the different ones here. That just tells you the type of tire it is, and you can look all that up online, but I was just giving you the concept here. Then this number here is the tire cross-section in millimeters. So if we are looking at a tire, if we take a tire, we have a tire, we're going to turn it so the tread is this way, and then we're going to go and cut it apart, okay? So here's the tread of the tire, and then the belly of the tire. This is the dimension from here to here in millimeters on the outside. Okay, so outside dimension to outside dimension. And this is 215 millimeters belly to belly. So it's not the tread width and it's not the tire height, but it is definitely the tire width overall. 65 is the what's the word? The aspect ratio of the tire. So it's a percentage. So 65% means, and I'll take you through the math on how to calculate this, but I'm just giving you the concept. A 215/65, the sidewall from the top of the bead on the rim, or so in other words, where the on the tire itself, where the bead joins into the sidewall, not where the bead joins into the rim down here, to the top of the tread. This one in this case is 65% aspect ratio, a sidewall to the width of the overall of the tire. And I'll get into that a little bit more as I said. R designates that it's a radial. 15 is the rim size. So it's a 15-inch rim or a 17-inch rim or a 20-inch rim or a 30-inch rim, or no, we're not going there. 89 is the load capacity of that tire. And then H down here, the last letter, is the speed rating of the tire. Now, let's get into the math on this and just kind of show you how to calculate so that you can know what your sidewall is versus your tread width. So if I want to know how big this sidewall height is, we take this 215, and the first thing I'm going to do is just convert that to inches because I don't think in millimeters. I have no idea how big 215 millimeters is. Do you? So 215 millimeters converts to about 84.6, not 84.6, 8.46, 84.6. Wow, that's a really big 84-inch wide tire. Holy katookies. 8.46 inches, okay? 65% of 8.46 inches is 5.5 inches. So we know that this tire belly to belly is 8.46, and our sidewall height from the top of the rim bead to the top of the tread is about 5.5 inches. So what happens is these are ratios, and so if we change this to a 60, this number would go down, which means it would be a lower profile tire and potentially wider depending upon this number. Figuratively, what I tend to think about is this tends to be how wide the tire appears, even though I know it's a sidewall number, and this number here tends to be how tall that tire is. So for example, I just switched the Scoops Dart from a 195/75 to a 205/75. So you can understand that it's a skinnier tire, but because of the ratio here, it's so a 195 is a skinnier tire this way, but and a 75, that means it's also a shorter tire because overall the 195 millimeters is a skinnier tire, which means the sidewall is shorter. So when I put a 205 on it, 75, again, it's a wider tire. It's 205 millimeters, which means the sidewall is also taller. So the tire literally grows both in height and in width, although even in my own mind, I tend to think of this number as height and this as width. That's not 100% true. So you kind of see how it goes. The higher this number, the bigger and taller and wider the tire is going to be. The lower this number is, the shorter and wider this tire is going to be. But they work together because this is an aspect ratio number. It's a percent sidewall versus overall cross-sectional dimension of the tire. I hope that makes some sense. As I stated, I am certainly not claiming that I know everything when it comes to tires. I'm just telling you what I know and also how I tend to think about it because it just keeps it simple in my own mind. If this has been helpful to you, just let me know. If you have other questions, go ahead and fire those down there too. Life has been pretty crazy lately, and I know a lot of you have been wondering, when am I going to get back on the Stitches Challenger? Well, soon, real soon. As you can tell, mobile again. My legs aren't bothering me, my hip is back to normal, or as normal as my body can be after decades of really, really bad choices. So was under the weather for a while, just a lot of stuff been going on. But I'm ready to start flopping around, so the next things that are coming on that car is to get the driver's side subframe connector fabricated, made, and put in, and get some welding done to get things stiffened up. Then we can put the rear end back under the car, move it out, and pull the motor and get ready to put that car on the rotisserie. Can you believe we're that close? I wanted to have that done by now. It is September, but there's been a lot of unexpected things going on, as well as the struggles I personally had physically. I thought I was done traveling for the year, but by the time you see this, I'll be back, but I have to make another trip leaving tomorrow. And there's just a lot going on. So, and that's one of the things I wanted to mention, that, you know, this is a hobby. This is something we do for fun. The YouTube channel is also something I do for fun. So this is obviously not my job full-time. I wish it could be, but, you know, that's not where I'm at in life right now. And so there's just a lot of other things that have to happen, moving parts that have to happen in life to make all of this work and to put all of this together. And I think I'm always looking for what I can do for the channel and what I can do to share with you guys to keep us all moving forward here. And you know, sometimes doing 3 episodes a week feels like a lot, but there's just so much in this old skull of mine that I want to share with my friends and my family. And if others of you benefit from that too, I feel like we've got a really good community here. So I've always got something I can be sharing even if I can't physically be working. I mean, I have a list this long of other whiteboard episodes and other tech tips and things like that. I've got some more stuff I want to share on how to do fabricating that doesn't suck. We haven't touched that series in a while. Well, that was unique. We haven't touched that series in a while, and there's more things I want to share with you. But obviously the most stuff that I want to share with you is just the hands-on, the doing and explaining as I go, so that you guys can learn from that as well. Again, I will clarify, I'm only teaching you what I know. There are people who are a whole lot smarter than me about all of this stuff and a whole lot better at it. I think I'm just an average Joe with some average skills and some basic tools, and I think that's where most of us are. And so my sharing is just to encourage the average guy that look what you can do if you're just too dumb to know you can't. We're going to be back on the Oakland again soon. I want to get some paint work done on the 47, and I still have that Pontiac little convertible coming soon as well. So the weather's cooling down now. I can get back to the paint and body aspect of things. So there's a lot. There's just a lot. So you could do something for me right now. If everybody on the channel that's watching this right now would just go and hit that subscribe button, 60% of the people that watch this aren't subscribed. And that's great. I'm glad you're here, but it would help all of the rest of us out so much if you would hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you receive those notifications so that we can get our subscribership up. I don't want to beg, but I'm not against it if I have to. We are on Facebook and on Instagram. We have great conversations going on over there on Facebook. And if you hit our Facebook page, it's /mycarshop. We also have a fabricators private group where we share stuff about fabricating and stuff like that that's a little bit more in detail, and it's focused specifically on fabricating techniques, stuff like that. Also sharing maybe some stuff from behind the scenes that aren't necessarily on the that ain't staying stuff that ain't on the channel. Wow, sorry guys. Whew. Brain ain't working so well today. Sharing stuff that's not necessarily on the channel. We're on Instagram also /mycarshop. And the most important thing, always around here, you've got to remember this. Rock!